As expected, the February 25th ban list has led to a divergence between what was Japan's BT7 meta and what the English BT7 meta is actually shaping out to be. But before we get into that, if you like Digimon TCG content like meta updates, deck profiles, and card openings, well then you're in the right place. So sit back, click that subscribe button, and if you enjoy what I bring to the table, do me a big favor and click the like button as well. It really helps spread the video around the YouTube algorithm. After the video is over, why not head over to my Etsy shop where you can pick up some sweet Digimon TCG Playmats so that you can stroll into your locals and crush your opponents in style. I have a large selection of different designs, and they're all made of quality premium materials that will last you a very long time and keep your cards protected. Alright, now back to the video. So to briefly sum up what the Japan meta was back when they got BT7, it basically boiled down to three main decks: red hybrid, blue hybrid, and a yellow/yellow-purple hybrid. Both the red and blue hybrid heavily depended on Mega Digimon Fusion to facilitate popping out Susanomon for free on top of one of your Tamers, instead of having to digivolve into a level 6 first. Because Mega Digimon Fusion was banned, this effectively neutered the red and blue hybrids. Of course, yellow hybrids also used Mega Digimon Fusion, but because they were also a fairly strong recovery deck, they held up better than their counterparts. Especially blue hybrids, since they were further weakened by Ice Wall being limited to one copy. Of course, yellow didn't go unscathed either. Aside from the Mega Digimon Fusion, yellow was also hit with Reinforcing Memory Boost being limited to one copy, which does slow down its recovery ability, but it wasn't an essential piece of the deck's strategy. All of this ultimately led to the rise of other, not as popular decks like green hybrids and purple hybrids now being just as viable an option. Essentially, the ban list opened up the English meta to be more varied and fun. Having gone through the tournament winner data for the English BT7 since its release, I went ahead and put together a list of what I thought were the top consistently winning deck formats that have grown out of the new divergent meta. While I will briefly discuss the decks, I'm going to make separate videos covering deck profiles in detail for each of these decks, so right now I'm just going to briefly touch on each one. As I mentioned earlier, yellow hybrids were fairly unscathed by the ban list and fared way better than the red and blue hybrids did. So of course, we'll still see plenty of yellow-purple hybrid recovery decks. It's pretty much recovery with these decks, using Zoe Oramoto and her hybrid forms, as well as cards like Dynasmon and Seraphimon. And with all the recovery options at your disposal, you can slow the game down long enough to actually get into Susanomon the hard way. It's still a fantastic deck option. A deck to rise up is the purple-yellow hybrids. Being opposite in color scheme here, these decks are mainly taking advantage of Koichi Kimura and his purple hybrid forms, as well as Cherubimon being the big boss Digimon of the deck, which then allows you to play level 3s from the trash like Loosemon, Bushiagamon, and Salamon for some nice recovery and aggressive options. Of course, we can't forget about the green hybrids either. Green has always had a very fun playstyle, at least to me, but it just wasn't fast enough to keep up with the more aggressive decks like red and blue. But with the ban list, now the playing field has been leveled and green hybrids are a fantastic option. There are two main flavors of the deck that have popped up. It's pure green hybrids or a green-red hybrid deck. The pure green is exactly what you would expect, centered around getting your green Tamers, especially JP Shibayama, into green hybrid Digimon like Beetlemon, Metal Kabuterimon, and Rhino Kabuterimon, and then finally into Ancient Beetlemon as the win condition of the deck. The deck is also supported by Ancient Troymon and level 6 Argomon for a little extra power. The green-red version forgoes all of the non-hybrid green Digimon for a handful of red cards like Flamemon for more search power, and Atomic Inferno to give your green hybrids a little extra firepower. And while it is awesome to see purple and green being able to compete finally, blue is not out of the game yet. Blue hybrids decided to take a step back and rely on a Zulongmon to bring the pain. The new blue hybrid deck now focuses on stripping sources to maximize a Zulongmon's strength while using the blue hybrid Digimon to be able to get into a Zulongmon faster. The loss of Ice Wall has just seen more Hammer Sparks being shoved back into the deck. Alright, well that's your update on how the English BT7 meta is turning out. It's awesome to see some diversity and viable winning decks, and it seems like it's going to continue, because even now, over in Japan with BT9, there are still a ton of different winning decks. It looks like we may finally be getting out from what I felt was the biggest downside to the Digimon TCG in past formats. Thanks for watching. Keep your eye out for the deck profiles coming soon, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.